social media is a platform where people to communicate. So if you're not communicating, you're not connecting with individuals, you're losing out. And you don't want to sell people on your deals. That's one of the things you don't want to do. Nate and I went out after we had to raise capital, you know, because two of our large investors passed away.
Right.
We went on a year and a half trying to raise capital and was unsuccessful because we were too busy selling instead of not enough listening. But I mean, we did extremely well when we first came out. We were on Bigger Pockets, and we built a lot of credibility just by sharing our successes in our deals. Not selling them, but just sharing what we've done.
Yeah, yeah. And the goal really is not to sell your deal on social media, like, hey, invest in my deal, you know, $100,000, or, you know, you can do that if you have filed the right exemptions with the SEC. But the overall goal is to just make people wanna call you, right? Hey, Mike, you know, I saw that you have done that project. You know, can I talk with you because I'm interested in investing? You know, that's what you want. And when you talk to people on the phone, hey, let's hop on a phone call real quick, that's when you sell them the deal that they invest with you, but not on social media, unless, of course, you have the right exemptions with the SEC.
Yeah, I don't want to get too detailed, but basically, social media also helps you take your people from a cold market to a warm market to a hot market.
Right.
Cold meaning they don't know who you are. They probably have no idea about real estate investing. And over a period of time, you build credibility, you educate them, so now they're a warm market.
Right.
And then when they're ready to invest, now you created a hot market.
Exactly. Yep. So it's a process.
Yes.
Yep.
So in order to build your credibility or the credibility of your team, hey, man, just educate people. You know, a lot of people, they say, Mike, but I've not done anything. How am I going to build credit? Educate people. Repost. Shameless plug. But you can use Post Ready. And now Post Ready we're using with ChatGPT, right?
Yeah, it will be powered by ChatGPT. Well, Post Ready will be powered by ChatGPT.
You're a little excited about that. Did you see
yeah,
it
is super exciting. Yeah. Like Post Ready is social media for the lazy person. It's like, you know, because it does everything for you basically. But yes, in terms of education, you don't have to, as Mike said, you don't have to like, hey, I'm an expert, I've done 1,000, you know, apartment units or whatever. It's more like, hey, do you know that with real estate, you know, why I like real estate is because I can use the bank's money, right? I only put 20% down, and then as it appreciates, you know, then I earn a lot more in terms of percentage, blah, blah, blah. Like some of the basic things people don't know. And when you educate people about it, I was like, if you're a stock market investor and you see that, it's like, oh my God, you know, this is why a lot of millionaires are millionaires because of real estate. Now they want to follow you, and then eventually, you know, then they want to call you and invest with you.
Hey there, I hope you're enjoying this video. If you want to learn more about real estate investing, check out my free live podcast I do every Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. All you have to do is text the word podcast to 206-803-8068. Hope to see you there.
Education is everything. I remember when I first started, we were doing multifamilies, starting to get into multifamilies, and I did not understand anything about cap rate. I knew about cash on cash. I didn't know about internal rate of return. I didn't know anything about absorption rate. But I started teaching that, and I just assumed everybody did it. And there was so many people were not aware of that. And because I just educated on some of the basic tools, the basic metrics people use to analyze the deal, our following grew. And that's all you need to do. Just educate people and share what you've done in the past.
Right.
Or share, hey, even if you're like, man, I just want to get out there, share what your goal is and vlog, right, your progress.
Yeah, that's part of education too. It's like you're learning it and then you're sharing what you're learning as you're learning it, you know. So you don't have to, like, you know, if you're on a journey, sometimes you don't need someone who is like 1,000 miles ahead of you in terms of expertise. You just need someone who is 1 or 2 steps ahead of you.
Yeah.
So guys, you know,
Watch out for that ditch.
exactly, right? So guys, I know a lot of you listening are new to real estate investing. Maybe you're not like Mike, who's an expert, and you might be thinking, I cannot educate, I'm not an expert. Well, no, the fact that you're listening to this, you're getting educated. You know, if you've watched our live podcast in the past, you already know a lot more than a lot of people. You know, if you've read the book, you know, From Broke to Millions, again, you probably know more than 99% of people out there, and therefore, why not share what you're learning as you're learning it?
Here's an example of an educational post. This is one of my I think it was my second hotel that we did that we assumed it. We assumed
the
it
mortgage.
that, brought in $1 million. It's only a few years old, and the hotel's doing well.
Yeah, and this became viral too, over 50,000 views.
50,000.
Yep.
And all we did was share our deal.
Yeah, in fact, with this one, I think this opened up, if I remember correctly, this opened us up to like the Indian hotel, you know, buyer or investor population, and a lot of people reach out to Mike as a result of this.
Yeah, absolutely. Tim Vest, when he first started, he simply educated people on what syndication is. A lot of education is you don't focus on what you want the people to learn.
Right.
If you want them to be a part of you and what you're doing, just educate them on the steps and what it's like. I mean, it's not rocket science, okay?
Yep.
It is some work. It is some information. But don't convolute it. Don't make it complex.
Yep. Make it simple.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, people love to learn from people who can turn a complicated subject and explain it in a simple way. If you can do that, that's a skill, you know. Then use it to your advantage, you know.
Absolutely. To get people to like you and connect with you, look, put out posts like we talk about, engage, encourage, and entertain. That's it. Engage, encourage, and entertain. People want to think about it. They think about the difficulty with real estate investing. Share a personal story about yourself. Share something funny that happened with you during your vacation. Like, share all these different things because, yes, they want the education, but they want to know that you're human. They want to know different things you do.
Right.
They want to see you with your family. They want to see you hanging out a night at a time. You know, that's why, you know, some of my followers, yes, they're following me because of the real estate, but also share all the different things as well.
Right. Yeah, in fact, you know, bottom line, investors are people like you and I, right? So they invest with people they like and trust.
There you go.
People will not trust you. You know, like the fastest way to build trust is through educating people on social media. That's the trust part. But then you can trust somebody, but you still don't invest because you don't like that person, right? So that liking that person, if you put out posts that engage people, encourage, you know, or motivate them and entertain them, then they get to like you. So the combination of now I know you because you're telling your story, now I like you because your posts are engaging, encouraging, and entertaining, and now I trust you because your posts are educational, then guess what? I will likely invest with you.
There you go.
So,
here's an example of people just showing connected. Keisha Kennedy is one of her biggest posts, one of her first starts. I think she ended up getting what?
20 investors.
20 investors
Yep,
from
with this
deal.
post.
It was nothing. She didn't educate anybody on anything. She just shared about how she sat with her mentors, how she brought her family, and in the beginning of her mission to financial freedom.
Yep.
And they was like, I want to be a part of that.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then she ended up getting 20 investors out of this. And John Casman, one of Keisha's mentors, is like, I didn't get 20 investors out of it. But Keisha did. And the reason why, guys, again, you know, like some of you might be thinking, oh, I need to be an expert, right, to do these things. You don't. Just share what you're learning, what's going on in your real estate investing journey. This is exactly what Keisha did. And, you know, people can relate to this. And therefore, they wanted in, you know, like,
Yeah,
hey, let me get with you as part of your journey.